My fellow brothers and sisters, fellow Amazonians, I call each and everyone to observe a moment of silence. Let us observe a moment of silence and ask ourselves who we are. Who are we? Where are we coming from? And where are we going to? It is a moment for us to cross-check ourselves and see for ourselves all the things that we have been doing, if they align. Today we are going to talk raw as it is for a very short. It's going to be one of my short live broadcasts. There's nothing happy today. There's nothing happy today. There is nothing to celebrate. When you fight to free a people, knowing that the future is for the children, and you see the same children being massacred, and you see within us some people are not understanding the facts and the reality, it's a pity. It's a sham. It's a tragedy. It's tragedy. It is agony, sorrow. It's a pity on us all. Let us cross-examine ourselves and ask ourselves, what have we done for the past 4 years? You supported your village people. You supported your tribal people. You supported your regional people, your state people, or you actually supported people based on results. Was it about who you know or about what they produce? For the institutions and factions, we all said it was a bad thing to have factions, that we should try to come together. But people show us that having a leader is a great thing. And so what we saw was that some few people, some maybe majority people at the time, have gone close to some leaders, and all they did, instead of fighting the enemy, was to team up to wipe other leaders. So when other leaders are out, then they can be able to own everything by themselves. Capitalism. Capitalism. They will not want other people to come under. They want to wipe. Or they come under and begin to hear from them, Oga, yes sir, yes sir. So they can be the bosses. So they can know where the money is going to and where all the fundraising is going to. So they can be the one to enjoy wealth. Because for some people in this struggle, it's about wealth. It's about enjoying, like pastors will take money and poor people are suffering in Africa and orphans are on the street, but they are driving in Bentley and driving expensive Ferraris, Rolls Royce, some having private jets in Africa, a continent of poverty. The same thing has happened. We have seen that if some people have the mantle to control the gold and diamond, the oils and the resources, the bauxite, the timber of Amazonia, their daughters could have been worth 5 billion already. Like, in fact, Brenda Beer with 3.7 billions in US by Forbes publication. That is an understatement. For God's sake, our people are dying, and we have supported people who embezzle money, and all you do was let us move forward. How am I going to defend the lost children in Ngarbu, lost children in Belo, lost children in the University of Bamenda, lost children in the Santa, Pinyin in Menka? We talk about Sandpit in Buea, and now we are talking about Kumba. I talk about Kumba now. Kumba now we are talking about. And some of you, let us live as if it was 1.3 million and go ahead. What are we going to use to defend the life of these children? Yes, I want to go ahead. With what? With what? I want to go ahead. With what? Are we ready? Is something wrong with us? And look, my people, I feel for the children. I feel for their family. I feel for their neighborhood and communities. When I say is something wrong with people's head, trust me, Cameroon is laughing. Exactly that is how Cameroon designed us and wired us to be. Cameroon is clapping hands. Their system of bad education, subjugation, impunity is working, because that's why slaves cannot think. They can't do the right thing. Because in Cameroon, they normalize stealing, bribery, and corruption and embezzlement. And so when Ambazonians say, let us move forward, the money is gone, Cameroon is happy, because that's how they have been moving forward in Cameroon. And that's why they have bad records, bad roads, bad hospitals, bad infrastructures, bad development. Because the people are made to always say, well, they have taken the money, you can take them and put in Kondingi, and life continues. No one wants to trace where the money is to bring back. No one want to. Have you ever heard that Cameroon trace some money and bring back? No. Their ministers have the suits. They live in the suits in Kondingi. Their women are with them. There is nothing they are missing. There is nothing. They have even holidays. They take them somehow out. They're sick, they take them to France. Blindfolding people that they are in Kondingi. Which Kondingi? Last time I saw pictures of Cameroon militaries that perpetrated the act in Ngarbu. They are living there more than they will live outside. In fact, they have been upgraded. They are no more in Amazonia where amber bullets can touch them. They are now living in the hotel in Kondingi. And they will tell you that these people are in prison. Why? They are living with their girlfriends there and having girls coming to see them, having a private life. You say they are in prison just to blindfold the international community. My fellow brothers and sisters, I want to thank all of you people that are committed, and all of you people that understand the enemy and the manipulation. I want to thank you because you understand. You understand the commitment. You understand the manipulation, and you understand the politics from the enemy. Last time, something happened in Dunga in Ngarbu. I went to one of the WhatsApp forums, and all I heard was, is ADF around there? Let us just say ADF did the act. In the very same WhatsApp group, some of them say, if you say ADF, you are going to mess it up because they are not even in that area. And I was there like with one of these my proxies, was there and watching. And I was like, something has happened that is a sad situation, and somebody want to see if there is an opportunity to blackmail a brother. And that is why we are crying again today. Some people, we are now happy, as Cameroon was saying there's amber, and they were saying what happened in Tonga was amber, and people were already going and saying amber did the job. I want to thank the Amnesty International and the US State.gov and all the people involved, the international community in fact-finding. Please do a lot. Publish it everywhere. Run in CNN, BBC. Please. The result came out. And now all we could hear at the end was, oh, the Cameroon military who perpetrated the act, they have been apprehended and arrested and put in prison. But at first the narrative was that Amber did the job. Look, I want us to be very, very honest to ourselves. Amber guys sometimes could be a little bit misunderstanding, but an act of killing their children. Amber can beat children. So in fact, one time where baby journalists being corrupt, some of them, they go feel cut part of your body, they go feel cut hand, but they go no go kill them. May we face and talk the truth. Even when they be manipulate Amber, Eric Tato manipulate Amber to kill the people in the plantation, they go there and they will not do it. Even when Eric Tato say gari them, janja them, gari them, when they go to CDC and catch them, they no Amber. If for the time for Eric Tato for janja for gari the people, they know gari people when are aiders for CDC as Eric Tato be talk, they go so Amber they get some kind spirit for their own people too. They cut na hand, they cut na feet. Where Eric Tato saying carry them, we know he's on track. Everything is recorded. Then now where Amber go come catch na their own children, then go no. You know Amber can do that one. You know, look when you have your own, even if your own is not angel, you know what they can do and you know what they cannot do. And so don't be the first to help Cameroon to say Amber did the act. Some of you don't understand this act of war, the act of genocide of Cameroon at all. Cameroon government has perpetrated the acts of genocide in Donga Mantong in Ngarbu. Cameroon government perpetrated the act in Santa Pinyin in Menka, using the two the twins and one of the chiefs. We have all the evidences. Cameroon government perpetrated the act in Belo, where they killed almost 38 people and then put gas on them and set on fire. Cameroon government perpetrated the act in Sandpit Buea. We saw it. Cameroon government perpetrated the act in University of Bamenda, just as they perpetrated the act in 2016 of beating the student in the University of Buea. Cameroon government perpetrated the act. What happened in Kumba? And some of you are doubting. Just not up to a week where Cameroon has forced CPDM leadership in. They say they have taken over the city. They say they are in control of Kumba and that they know everything that is taking place there. How come now you are going to be surprised that the acts are perpetrated by Cameroon? Is it not even up to 10 days Cameroon took over the city of Kumba? And you saw the crowd behind them, whether they brought the crowd from where? They say they control the city of Kumba. And what happened now? And you are trying to help Cameroon to put it on amber? Didn't Cameroon say they control the area? And I'm going to share the videos here for us to see that, so we can know where we are going to, because we know where we are coming from already. Now, before I land there, fellow Amazonians, brothers and sisters, mommy and papa them, grandma them, our tata and yayas them, our grandpa, our dearest children, dearest students. When I hear, see, when some of we come talk say, me will just remain for house. Nobody say we don't want to make you go get that education. Some of we say, mama, see, we don't go to that school. I go for University of Yaoundé one. The way where they come treat me. When you carry me say go University of Yaoundé one and say, I know say for this country, if you come up for University of Buea, forget, you no go pass concours now. When I know I'm now, you go be taxi man for Yaoundé. You don't fall push for Yaoundé. When you fall push for Douala, now house deal. Eh? You know how a day for day. Water become enter for that ghetto area where you fee pay 10,000 to 15,000. As a day now, small room so 15,000. Where water go come inside when rain down day. They get canoe for inside house. We don't go school for that Cameroon. Go for university, mommy and papa them. No be university come carry me bring abroad. If I become school abroad where I get good university certificate, I for don't work for office for white man or your boy a government office. Where some of us come go abroad, I be the show picture where the clean toilet for Dubai. Where the clean toilet for Dubai means say Cameroon certificate and education we are getting na zero. Now whether we are start life for work for Hilton Hotel as a cleaner, at the clean, at the sweep that 20 May Boulevard. Now me the sweep every morning where people come smoke so to wear for floor. Now me every morning at the sweep because say certificate for Cameroon say no valid for Cameroon. If it valid for Cameroon, why we Anglophone no go fit get job? Mommy and papa them. Now here where I come go Middle East they do cleaning house boy and the clean toilets. They pay that's all. Where I come for this America. No be say na education paper common may bring up for America. Where they go other countries and not they use na passport no be when I not say passport no be educational certificate. When we come talk say after we don't learn say anything about Cameroon, mommy and papa they know the hell we picking them. Say Cameroon now one use our children like soya, like a chicken, like a rat for settle their political manipulation. Mommy and papa them will tell when I say when I keep we brothers and sisters, our children in their houses. When I think say now this speaking then gon come be John Book and Mary Book. I know people where they don't write GCE, they score 5 paper, they don't get job. People where they write and then score all 11 papers. Me self I be right, I get 9 papers. Now French where I fail and one subject where the teacher begs me, I say now art subject, I no be art, I be science student. I say I go right now chemistry for the thing. So my people them. For that reason, we don't see people where they don't go book, so they go pass. Cameroon na zero. I know people that break records in the University of Buea. Cameroon gave them nothing. So we say, no, we fight for our total, wonderful, and lovely freedom. Good education system, good judiciary system. Where will people go begin get good education, good everything? After them finish, then go get, then go get jobs. We say, me, we look at Japan. Mommy and Papa, they when I share this, people won't know when I come, when I just share this one. When I just share this one, person they go vex say, I say, Eric Tato be saying the Gari people their hands. This is what is destroying Amazonia. They be saying the Janja Gari people. But Amba boy for they get good heart, say they no go kill. They inside go for no Gari, they corner hand, finger. That's the truth. We can use it against the international community. That look, even when one of the activists have called that, when they see anyone that perpetrate, they should Gari. They went and instead, no, Amba soldier will not kill their own people. They corner hand. We can use this to defend this case. And people without brain, they don't understand what this means. We are talking to the international community. Even at the time when activists, Eric Tato has called that they should go and kill people in the CDC. The Ambas could not. They did not do it. And so don't tell me that Ambas went and killed in Kumba. Don't tell me they did in Ngarbu. We have all evidences. Just like Seseku is not a leader of arms. I have the proof. He wrote a letter to Paul Biya and say Ayabacho is a terrorist because he went to the village and they went and sent 4 La Republique Ekelebes to Tasatan. I can tell you that Seseku is not a separatist leader. Seseku is not a gun leader. Seseku is not a gun leader. Sorry, he is not a gun and arm leader. I can prove to Cameroon. I brought the letter that he wrote to Paul Biya and say, what is this Supreme Court of Cameroon? He has never supported arms. Period. The arm wing is the ADF. It's Dr. Choayaba. Dr. Akwanga was there, but now I don't know where he is. Period. You have to look for you to gain salvation and succeed in your life. Speak the truth. Speak the truth. Just speak the truth. Just open your mouth and let the truth flow in. Ambas will not go kill their own people. The Amba, when Eric Tato say go Gari, go Janja people, then go cut na hand, cut na foot. That means say you cannot justify that Amba killed in Kumba. Period. Use your brain. Ambas don't do that. Now, when we come tell some of una parent them, when we take una pikin then go play ping pong. We take pikin go play draft. Take una own pikin. Go the play draft like they be one play with General Arke for Boyo Cartel. Now the begin and don't go wait till una don't gain. That certificate say go una want me go get, you no even get. We don't get certificate before wait till we don't come to with her. When I see Japan the Yamu, Japan the Atalat. When I see Tokyo, when they talk about one of the most industrialized zone on earth, when I want to know the crowd say the raw industrial zone is found in Japan, where they produce cars. You see robots assembling cars. The raw industrial region in Japan, one of the greatest industrialized zone in the world. Japan has become one of the greatest fast-growing economy, and they fought the First World War, fought the Second World War. They grounded their schools for more than 10 years. For more than 10 years. But Japan has engaged more in technical education. Have you ever seen Japan diplomats? You see Japan engineers. Sorry. You see Japan engineers. They don't have pastors in Japan. You bring that thing called pastor in Japan, they will burn you. Japan is growing. Nothing like fake pastors in Japan. Do you see Japanese with suit and tie? You see engineers with their helmet looking at how to build a skyscraper, how to create a car. Mutu. That is why the place is developed. And that is what type of education we are going to engage in Amba. Technical education. Our children, you must own workshops. You must own construction companies. You will own garages, own your tailoring workshop, own your production. You will look, this corn where they produce for farm them. Guineas, the camp, the producer. Guineas, they use now the same corn. We get in the plane where they make rice. When I not say rice, they so na beer. Rice is wine. When I not know so, when I not say this corn where would they produce so there would they take and feed La Republique d'Ancunya or Bamileke people where they know they turn up with we. They buy our corn very cheap for go feed their Ancunyam, their pigs. let me tell you tomorrow, we are going to ferment our corn and produce beverages and beer. Our children, you are going to be directors of companies. Maybe you don't know what is called corporations. You see common potatoes. The potatoes that we use, that we eat, and some of them get wasted. That is how you can use potatoes to produce liquor. You can use and ferment potatoes to produce vodka. One of the best vodka that I have ever seen in life is called Tito's vodka, and it's produced from potatoes. In fact, it is an organic vodka, one of the highest organic vodka, and it is produced in United States, in Boston. This is from potatoes. Can you imagine? One of the most smoothest vodka that I've ever seen in life. From potatoes. You see avocado, you see pear. If you know how much it costs, one pear, where I come buy them. If I show una say una go, one pear, where I come buy them, where they so, that pear, na $3. $3 na how much for back home? 1,500. Where you go, don't buy na one bag for pear. Let me tell you the secret. We are going to produce guacamole, seal it, and then transport it abroad. No one single pear, avocado or pear go lost again for amber. When I see varieties of pepper, we're going to sell everything and sell it out. Jalapenos, sell everything out. Or we can make like powder or paste, hot sauce, pepper. You see Cherasco, you see Tabasco, you see all these things they sell. These are farmers' products that we have in our land. Let's look at beans. Beans can be used for so many things. We can, can it or put it in sachet and seal it and transport it abroad and sell. Every farm product that we have is a gift. Look at timber. We cut our timber and produce our timber and put it on and process it. Grind, take the other portions that we cannot use, ground it into powder and use it to form woods. In white man country, all these furnitures that you see, like what I'm using here, all of that is wood. They take it and ground it into powder, and then they use it now to mold it to form the shapes they want. You see everywhere in our Yoruba country is wood. The floor is wood. One of the most expensive floors you will see is wooden. Fellow brothers and sisters, we are saying this in the occasion where you want to risk the life of your children. We want to just let you know that conventional education actually is one of the worst form of education. Because for conventional education, when you finish, you have to depend on somebody that went to a technical education. Let us think again together. Look, when you go to a party, there is a DJ. The DJ is doing some kind of technical works, harmonizing the music, and people are enjoying. The DJ actually is not a conventional education type. He learned technical work, how to manipulate the equipments and cook the music, and they bring several pitches, notes, and anti-notes and get people to be moved in the party. When you look at the people spending, and you are asking them from one to another, what's up, man? How you doing? I'm from New York. What do you do? Real estate. What's real estate? Well, I buy a couple of properties, I flip properties, and I got houses, total of 500 or 50 units, and they pay rent every day, every month, 1,000. So every month I collect 50,000. What can I do with money? So I come, I spend 5,000, 10,000 every month. I keep 40,000. But is that a diplomat? Is that a journalist? Is that an officer? Is that a police? He is just a normal man like you and me, who understood technical education. He learned. Some of them have what they call general contracting, or general construction, or engineering, or some of them are just lay people, like example, like yours here, sitting here. You're sitting here. I have not even attended any school of real estate. I don't. I just understand what I need to do. How can I flip something, or how can I hold something? How can I build equity? How can I build some little money? How can I take 10,000 and add 1,000 and invest it to harvest 12,000 next year? These are things that we will teach our children. And so why am I saying this? Do not risk the life of your children. Because now, when the children are gone, you are thinking, what I could have done. I could have kept them home. It's better to have my child even as a drunkard. It's better to have him even as a useless child than to have had him killed because you wanted him to go to a banned but assimilated education system. Look, you impeach your own child because you wanted to assimilate your child. These children they don't even know left and right. If you don't tell them to go to school, they will not. Come on, for the past 3 years, they did not. And then all of a sudden, some 2 activists come out and open their buccal cavity and begin to lampoon and say children should go to school. And they are the first people to come out in the media to cry. Isn't Eritato and Mark Barretta the ones that were crying school should resume? Can they consume this now? Who can we blame now that is in charge of this murder? You can see. If you claim that, in fact, we saw in Cameroon newspapers, the most highest manipulative newspapers of Cameroon and CRTV, that some Amba leaders, they did not even say Amba activists. They say some Amba leaders have called for school resumption. Eritato continued to insist that schools must resume. I mean, at one point they justify that children staying at home does not help Cameroon in one way or the other. But Cameroon has been looking a way to kill children in order to give a dog a bad name in front of the international community. What am I saying here? Just because we keep our children out of school, Cameroon has been very deplorable. Cameroon have tried the best. In fact, before the national dialogue, if the schools were going on, I swear to God, I tell you here, I'm not afraid Cameroon could have done a highest massacre in order to say national dialogue comes as a result of that. Because there were no schools, Cameroon went and tried to bury a woman alive, saying that it was Amber. Then, like Amber, we see things, we say, well, we try to fight it, and their propaganda was so much until some Amazonian people believed that the woman that was buried in Bafut, or is it was actually done by Amber. Guess what? During the national dialogue, the same woman appeared as ex-Amber boy. The same woman that was already buried by Amber, as claimed in the report that was filed by Cameroon to the Human Rights Watch. Until Human Rights Watch was almost convinced, and some Amazonian gullible activists and citizens were believing that Amber actually did the work. But the enemy was doing that to perpetrate it, to put it on our head in order to tag us, name us terrorists, and then the international communities can give them loans so they can buy more guns and bullets. But the people that are not macroeconomists, people that don't understand microeconomists, people that don't understand the politics, the sociology, they are weak. And so the enemy uses them like when you want to catch a fish, you take your hook, you put little treat on it, then you aim in the water for the fish to come and bite, and then the hook will take the fish and you drag. That is the way Cameroon want to plot the Amazonians. And the funny fact is that Amazonians are not understanding. If not, what would have prompted Mark Barretta and Eritato to insist every day that school must resume? They think that some of us don't know that the schools are not going. Even when we already battled the matter of school resumption that Cameroon has paid. Even Tabetendo, Senator Tabetendo of Cameroon, say he swore by his blood and say if school don't resume in Amazonia, he will die. 3 years ago, did the school resume? Tassan Wilfred, who called off the school, is still in prison. Have they freed him? What makes you to want to even declare school resumption? If you all claim you love Tassan Wilfred, as hypocrites as you are, don't you not see the way to free our leaders and our people from prison is, if you want the school to resume, free the parent of these children. When you gullible activists, Eritato, the baby journalist, and Mark Barretta, when you want to say school should resume, without even thinking of what will come after, without even thinking of the results of this massacre that we are talking today, don't you not think that the Benjis and the Penterens and the Mancho BBCs, the Tassans, and the Shufai Blaise, Barrister Ejambe, Dr. Awusan, Leader Ayok Sesekutabi, and everyone that is in the prison across the dungeons of La Republic. Don't you not think they are parents and they also need to prepare their children to go to school? What is quid pro quo? What is quid pro quo in politics? Cameroon want peace? Do they? Why have they not listened to the international community, to the United Nations Security Council call for a ceasefire amid COVID-19? No. Cameroon has not listened to the United Nations Security Council, a plea for a ceasefire across the world where there are conflicts. Now, Cameroon want to use this to score the goals, to say we did not cease fire because Amazonians were killing children. We should know it's a lie. And so they are bound to go and kill the children, so they can use that as a trap to say this is why we did not cease fire. Some of you don't understand politics. Politics is in macro and micro level. At least if you can't understand this macro politics, understand the micro politics. In micro politics, when you see things like this, shut up. Don't make some kind of pronouncement that will continue to destroy our people's resolve. Some of you that are weak, you see actions like this, and the first thing for you is to believe because you hear the word amber. Last time I told you, the enemy is now calling amber than amber calls itself. I told you, if you don't call amber 10 times a day, the enemy is now calling 5 times amber, amber, amber. Oh yeah. Fellow brothers and sisters, Mark Barretta and Eric Tato should swallow this. We are not going to not talk about it. Mark Barretta and Eric Tato, who call for school resumption, you will pay for the life of these children. Period. Period. If these people are not demons, when Amazonians showcase the community school from that day to today, how much have they given? How much have they gone to raise to support the community school? Because Sakorians were not the one running the community schools. They only wanted to share the videos to gain popularity and maintain popularity, but they cannot come to ask their gullible people or themselves or their followers to support community schools. But if it was my trip to Buea, they could of course go first as the people's aspiration before asking for my trip to Buea. These are all demons. If these people don't go for the Republic, why would they make our parents who feel that it's good to send the children to school now? And you know that our people listen from us. And then you call that school should resume. That the school not going does not really help us anymore. You have seen how the school resumption help us. It doesn't help us. The life of these children that have wasted in Kumba, I will not withdraw this statement. It is on the head of Mark Barretta and Eric Tato. And any activist and any Amber who supported them, you are going to pay for it directly or indirectly. As our people have lost their own their children because they say Amber leaders. In fact, when Cameroon propagandists and CRTV picked it, they say Amber leaders have called for school resumption. They did not even mention that activist because they know if it's activists, people will be like. But when they see in the newspapers and CRTV that Amber leaders have called for school resumption, oh boy, our people read the newspapers and then they fall in for. And you know how bad news goes. Nothing good can go very viral. Bad things go viral. You go out there to help people that are suffering. No one put in the media. You go out there and become naked and shake in front of the people. The naked pictures go viral. This is the world. Bad news goes viral. Good news does not go viral. If not, what have these people been talking about? Community education. Cameroon is struggling to open schools so they can slaughter our children to blame on Amber. You want the school to go. In fact, someone when they come say na Amber. If na Amber, now you call say school resume. That means say if the school no resume, Amber no for see. Make I tell you now, raw as day. Even someone when I want put say na Amber do. If the child not dey school, they for do. People don't they blame Amber from day 1 to day 2, say that they kill military. If Cameroon not declare war, Amber for kill military. Any man when they blame Amber, the hate no day. You know, in fact, it's empty hate. Nothing, not the inside. Look, mommy and papa, they wanna get this one from this Liberation TV where would they talk something with the fear God. Because this world so now God he create, and when the God create this world, say every human being be the same. Say no one must stay on top another. This issue of power, don't destroy the world where God create them. Say make everyone enjoy. If we not say even all the things we wanna accuse Amber, even when Amber make mistake, someone wanna not understand logic and philosophy. When I go the point finger for Amber, if Podpia never declare war, Amber never ever even make any mistake. I want to thank America. America say na Cameroon government be responsible of every act will take place for Amber. God bless America. God bless against America because America na logic man, na man we get common sense, man we get philosophy, where you understand if you not declare war, Amber no for exist. America say La Republique created Amber because if you not declare war in 2016, it was just people, trade unions protesting. You crack them down, destroy, kill people's parents. What do you think that the children should do that are orphans? They should wait for you to come and kill them? The international community understands self-defense and self-determination. The self-determination and self-defense of Amazonian people is created by Cameroon. And some of when they not get brain, when they go just go so begin the help Cameroon for spread their own news. Even if something come their way, let's say me we say na Ambadu, now you go help Cameroon for spray am, when I don't be in a mouthpiece of Cameroon. Cameroon want semi school resume. Now Amber activists they propagate them. Even the team we don't pass CRTV, now Mark Barretta and Eritato then come help CRTV. Just as this Sako, the thief, in Bide, if not be Eritato and Mark Barretta, Sako no forget the power for thief. No be na Mark Barretta and Eritato collect the money give them. Yeah? When I saw when I don't time where Sako be na Dr. Common Sense, when I be the give them money, when I be the give them time where Sako be for your own self as an activist like me, so when I be give money for you, where they come talk that time say share. Money be enter? No. If not be activists who for no leaders for this struggle, generally to all these leaders. Now activists they make them before people know who leaders are. Some of you people understand that Dr. Cho is a good leader because some of us decided to tell you people the reality and stop politics. Some of us decided to let Amazonian people know the good leader. We stop politics. We don't suffer too much. Why we go come the toxic government for inside revolution where the same government they come kidnap her. But before gun leader, if the worker so he knows say if he kidnap you at any time, if the worker so he check about his security every time. Gun leader the mob that's what we gone to. Why would I hate the truth? Why would I no one talk the truth so where go hell them we? This Sako thief money so if not be Eric and Mark Barretta, who for know him? Who for know him? Who for know him? Now so Seseku be thief am? No, because that time for Seseku, everybody kapot Daniel, me, everyone they talk. We been a one-man commando. Tapang Ivan, me, with the talk am, with the do constructive criticism. No activist is blocking Seseku. At the end of the day, Seseku need to stand with the people and hold meetings that the activists are objecting this one. How can we be? And then one time they will call activists in one corner, bending corner, to see the proposals. All these things have been part of, I know. But then when Eritato and Mark Barretta stand in front of all the activists, how do you expect Sako not to be a thief? Sako is a thief today thanks to Eritato. Period. All the people are dying in Amazonia. Anything we don't like for Amazonia, thanks to Port Bia. I don't talk what out of my mouth. Thanks to Port Bia that Eritato even and Sako exist. Because if not be Port Bia for declare war, who for know Sako? Who for know Eritato? You know for even know me. So thanks to Port Bia, say anything way don't happen for this Amber na Port Bia. If we get country, if we get our country Amazonia as we fight, thanks to Port Bia. Because if you never call we terrorists, how we know for the fight for get independence? You understand? We will give credit to Port Bia and Cameroon and France. Thanks to them. If not be them, we know for fight so. Thanks to Eritato, Sako no for exist for this struggle. Now as we don't thank Port Bia for make Amber day the way they. Thanks to Eritato, Sako no for day. He and Mark Barretta. Thanks to Eritato and Mark Barretta, our people no for send Peking for school, they go die as they then kill them so. You help Cameroon to campaign for school resumption. Then come put them for newspaper and say Amber leaders are saying school should resume. Under which banner? Under which authority? Under which education system? If Nasako be the campaign school resumption, you don't talk say ID the people aspiration is doing that. Because other people now that have the school curriculum, the Amber schools, they are not from your own camps. If it was, let's say, ITK or Seseku, some of them don't clap and go past. Hypocrites. God go judge we all. God go judge we all. Until the coming of Christ, we pray that the children who have gone before us have a great place to rest until the day of judgment. Because when Christ comes, all of us will be judged. The living and the dead. The living and the dead. From the time we start to cut our teeth and dot our eyes, we are going to arrive. Without much withstanding, Cameroon government forces perpetrated the act. Some eyewitnesses have said certain things. We have seen it. We have sent it to the appropriate departments. We don't want to put it out, because once we put it out in the media, Cameroon is going to make a counterfactual. They are going to counteract it. They are going to obstruct it. It's good that we send the eyewitness. Whatever the eyewitness saw, we send it just to the Human Rights Watch, the Amnesty International, the state.gov, to the UK government. We send it out only to the United Nations, to all the government officials, so they can see. When Cameroon will cook whatever they will cook, they will send it. And there's also one thing that we have also documented and sent forward to the international. And this one is my country people said it in his Twitter page. They are going to do an act in Kumba, and let me come so that we can see everything, because we are not going to lie. Children of God don't lie. The children of God speak the truth, even if it hurts. The act was well planned, and the brainless, my country people, leaked it out that they did the act in Kumba. In fact, this act is happening not up to a week when Kumba city has been taken over by CPDM. What do you expect when CPDM take over? So we see La Republic people will say, this is not the time to point finger. This is not the time to point finger. Just as they have said in Cameroon, not to point finger in beer. This is not always the time to point finger in the thief. The worst people in society, look, this is how the enemy function. The enemy has some people within us that are just sympathizers. Their job is to sympathize. We not say, for inside Mandela, you have people with different functions. Inside the vanguard, oh my gosh, there is a lot of different functions that you can never understand. In fact, if they take any infiltrator put inside vanguard, forget, you will never know what is going on, because everyone has a different function. For you to understand what the vanguard does, oh my gosh, maybe after independence, before you can ever succeed to understand. When we already have independence, they are stratified in different layers and different stratas, and all stratas are equal. But anyone does something different. That's the complicity of how we have to do before we can arrive. Some person will come to me and not talk. Hey, doctor, these people created Sacopido. You know, like, leave this platform, because this platform does not condone people who are gullible. Now, someone will make them before thief come. We don't want another thief to come again. If you don't want truth, leave Liberation TV. People don't die. The if of people don't die, you say me and not talk truth. Thunder. In fact, everything where if you come for your family, make it come. As if family they now, so they demand their children. Anyone where come for you, where want say me the truth, not talk, say me will look like I hate. Come put your own picking, they made a burial. When they bury your own picking and talk, say me will look ahead. Put your food for this family where they don't lose. Put your food for this family too. If now you go say me will just continue to go. The same people go still make another act where they go kill another one tomorrow. You go see tell me say me will go. My trip to Buea, me will go. Scafax, Skakuf, me will go. Draft, me will go. Person can put rent boot for inside your neck. Collect 15,000. Take and chop up with a big bomb for your wife. You say me I dey go. Thunder go fire some people for this. Thunder go fire some people before the day of firing come. Some una day when I hate day. I don't know what it is for inside when I hate. You come get person so come the talk. If I put this kind comment so people come see this kind person they comment the kind thing. How you go they like? Bastards. Bastards. Useless bastards. Nonsense. Innuendos. When are your own go come die, you go come tell me say me they do. It's like some person when they don't come rape them. You say me they leave rape they go so. You go kill, come bring your own daughter, me they rape them. No, they talk about killing. Monsters of their own. No doubt they stay quiet when they kill in Bui. No doubt they stay quiet when they kill the children in Bui and massacre them. Why would they not stay quiet when the Republic is killing people has killed in Kumba? Bastards. Bastards. Political Jacobins. Nonsense. Nonsense. This is unbelievable. Fellow Beloved brothers and sisters, look at my country people. Watch your screen. Watch your screen. The killing of our children was well prepared. Look, and after I show you this, I am going to show you the video of how CPDM took over the Kumba. Look at this. This is my country people. You don't need to see me here. Just look at facts. My country people, in a verified Twitter account, say we have wiped out everything amber dogs in Kumba. They are speaking in English, not in pidgin English. We have wiped, in fact, the international community that's watching me right now. This is the verified Twitter account. This Twitter account is monitored by Cameroon government. In fact, this Twitter account is sponsored and paid and monitored by Cameroon government. This Twitter account is under the watch eyes of and sponsorship of Cameroon government. The Twitter account are country people. Our country people or country people. My country people, them verified Twitter account said we have wiped out everything amber dogs in Kumba. We are still going to carry out hidden operations. One and indivisible Cameroon winning fatly. Cameroon flag. My country people posted this October 22nd, 2020 at 5:34 p.m. It has been retweeted 26 times with 365 likes. Twitter for iPhone they used to post this out. The international community, I know you follow up and I know you can see, I know you have facts. That is Cameroon government media platforms that posted and said they have wiped out anything amber dogs, calling human beings as dogs in Kumba. We are still going to carry out hidden operations. This is Cameroon government talking. One and indivisible Cameroon winning fatly. That is the reason why they are killing civilians for one and indivisible Cameroon. Let the international community see this. Let the international community see this. In fact, one of the Cameroon journalists have also done a great investigation and brought out these findings. And therefore, I want the international community to take a look at this. Take a look at this. This is done by one of also, look, you can see, this is the children. Children! We are not talking about youth. We are not talking about elders. Ambers don't even see this one. These are chiquitos. These are children. Amber know they see this one now. Amber know they see this one. Then, coming back, we are going to show you the events that occurred in Kumba just this very same week. We are going to show you the events that occur in Kumba just this very same week. Stay tuned for Liberation TV. We are keeping it real. This is the host, CEO Vela. God bless you. You are welcome to Liberation TV. Coming back next, we are going to show you how CPDM took over the Kumba city this week 100%. When we come back, you will begin to understand who perpetrated the act. When Cameroon has already declared that CPDM has taken over Kumba. For the past that there was no CPDM in Kumba, this has not taken place. Why and how is it happened immediately as CPDM took over the city? Is it the action now to please the leader in Yaoundé to say, oh good, now we are competent for the next to be a minister because we want to give Cameroon one indivisible? Well, we are keeping it real. Stay tuned for 1 minute and we'll come back with facts for you to see. Share and invite Tanguna plenty. God bless Una.
You are the living God, oh, there's ain't no one like you. Ekueme, 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 ekueme. You are the living God, oh, there's ain't no one like you. Hello, na 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 na, no, no, no. There's no one like you. You're my healer, you are my keeper, my restorer, my life giver. You are the living God. Oh, there's no one like you. No one can do me like you do. No one can touch me like you do, God. Hey, you are the living God. Oh, there's no one like you. You picked me from the miry clay, set my feet on the rock to stay. You are my promoter, you are my defender. You are the living God. Oh, there's no one like you.
The city of Kumba was overwhelmed by the election of the new city mayor, who challenged the long-term government delegate Gokele Victor. The city of Kumba. The city of Kumba was overwhelmed by the election of the new city mayor, Gregory.
See how you set me free. You were the living God. There's no one like you. See what you've done for me. See how you delivered me. You were the living God. There's no one like you.
Okay, you are welcome to Liberation TV, where we are going towards the last point of today. I want to thank you for your patience and thank you why I bring this documented evidence to show to you those who perpetrated the act of killing. This illegal and this arbitrary killing by Cameroon. I want to thank you so much for your commitment. I want to thank you for your wonderful commitment, for your time, and I want to thank you for sharing. Please share now because we are almost getting to the end of today, and so we want to show you documented evidence that the city of Kumba this week has been under the control of CPDM. My brothers and sisters, I want you to watch the following videos. They're going to be 3 videos, but the 2 videos are very important that I want you to watch. The first one I want us to see is this one where CPDM demonstrate that they are in charge of Kumba City this week as they take charge as the Kumba City manager is a CPDM mayor, and all these things is happening the very same week. So what is going on? This did not happen at the time when this guy was not yet reinstalled back as the city manager. Watch for yourself and see this. Thank you and God bless you.
The city of Kumba was overwhelmed by the election of the new city mayor, Gregory Miwano, who challenged the long-term government delegate, Ngokele Victor, even after he was declared winner as the Kumba city mayor on March 3, 2020. Gregory Miwano petitioned the result on basis that the conduct of the election was faulty. The administrative court discharged the petition, but Gregory Miwano appealed at the Supreme Court in Yaoundé, and a rerun of the city mayoral elections was called for October 22, 2020. During the primaries that were chaired by Minister Paul Tassong from the Central Committee of the CPDM, Greg Miwano scored 42 against Ngokele Victor, who had 33 votes, and at the final election, Greg Miwano was given 64 votes against 11 null votes. The news of his victory transformed the Kumba city into a celebration ground as bike riders and petty traders carried the new city bus along the streets of Kumba, celebrating a new era which to many will be associated with colorful developmental projects. The new mayor promised that he would develop Kumba and bring back the lost glories.
That the city of Kumba is going to get back to absolute greatness. This is a pledge from my humble self and the other 74 councillors that makes up the Kumba City Council.
To the CPDM Central Committee member delegate.
And of course, this is the promise he made. Just few days after the promise, children have been massacred. They have killed the children. And some gullible people, a city that was already taken, a city that we were trying to see how we are going to do with this city. And then some people saw it and then they say, whoa, they say school should resume. Now the city is under the control of Cameroon. Let us send the children to school. And then Cameroon, for the very same reason they wanted, children went to school and then they calculated few days to hit before the Amazonan people's eyes open. And of course, he has brought development in Kumba. I want you all to continue to watch this so that when we talk, now we have a lot of information that sometimes we don't put it out. The fact that we don't put everything out does not mean that we don't have it. We keep it for reasons like this. If this did not happen, you will never see me show you this. I want to show you now so you understand the very same week CPDM is taking over Kumba. And so many activists might not have this to know. So many activists might not have this video because how I get this video is very classified. And so, I want you both to see. I want you both to see. I file everything. I keep everything so that at the time when we are all confused, we bring it out to show to you. How come our children are being killed? The very same week, CPDM is taking over Kumba City. Well, we are keeping it real, this Liberation TV. Watch and listen to him.
That makes up the Kumba City Council.
To the CPDM Central Committee member delegated to oversee the conduct of the elections, he expressed satisfaction but praised that in 2035, the next city mayor should still come from the CPDM party.
I am leaving Kumba with satisfaction because we attained the objective, which was to make sure that we have a new city mayor 2025. We should be meeting again to elect another city mayor under the flagship of the CPDM.
The crowd followed the new city mayor to his home, and it was all celebration. The city of Kumba was
I don't
overwhelmed.
see the first one. That is not the end. I want to bring Una the second thing. So when you go to sleep today and get out tomorrow and you don't understand politics, come, let us talk. Let's have a conversation. Let's have an honest, sincere, lucid, and concise conversation. Because a gullible people or a people lack of information kills more than these guns. Because once we get it right, this wicked regime will think twice before they want to give a dog a bad name in order to kill it. But if we continue to prove when acts like this happen and we continue to point, the wrong people, we point the people who even made our own families to send the children to school, which is the reality. Because if our families did not send children to school, they will not be killed. Mark Barretta and Eric are blamed for manipulating our parents, manipulating our civilians to think that it is a good time now to send children to school. That's where Mark Barretta and Eric Tato played a dirty game. And we want to say this so that tomorrow when they speak, it's not every time you derail the people with the government. After 2 years, you come to apologize that was a bad thing. Amazonian people still believe them, though. As nice as you are, you still give them their chances. Now they come to call for school resumption. Your children are killed. Amazonian people, as nice as you are still going to give them chances, just as you gave CPDM chances for 59 years. Just as you gave Yaoundé and France chances for 58 years now counting, 59 years now counting. Because you are so nice to the detriment of your own self. A parent who cook food and give to strangers without giving to the children is a wicked devil. When you cook food, you must make sure that your children eat. Because God said, love your neighbor as you love yourself. You cannot love the strangers more than you love your children. Mbano. We go now for the way we go carry pot for we mommy put her under bed. Tell strangers if we know they. Peter, we no go work farm. Then can't cook chop. When no chop, you can't carry give stranger. At that time, the kingdom of God that suffered violence, we take it back by force. Tell mama say the pot we go put her under bed. Just give stranger 1 gallon of water to drink. Brothers and sisters, we must stop this sheepish love that is killing us. Yes, you have to forgive people, give people chances. But if your children are being killed by their mistake, the issue of the government sends Seseko to the jail caused Sakorian to be what they are today. But if activists have stood like the real vanguards of the people and spoke with a lot of tenacity, confidence, and strength, all this madness would have not happened. Seseko could have never even been kidnapped. That got people very emotional, as we saw. Sakos could have never had opportunity. The revolution could have been led by only gun leaders. And when gun leaders are talking, you already understand what happened to the enemy. You shifted it to people crying for Oyobo people to come and free you. The same Oyobo that our forefathers and ancestors kicked out of Africa. And then you support people who want to bring the same Oyobo people. Our ancestors must be marked as you people. They kick the white. You want to bring the white again back. Our ancestors must slap. Not that they cannot handle money. Who knows? It's a curse. How can the ancestors not curse people who take money and don't believe in the Bobga harmony? They don't believe now anymore in the lawyers. They don't believe in their teachers that stood on the street. They want to hijack everything. They hijacked it, had it. Did Bala and Fontem and Bobga harmony, did they go and ask the London to come and protest in Cameroon? You hijack power from their hands, and all you do is now to go cry to Oyobo people. Look at how weak they are from day one. Then you hijack the struggle from people who were in ground zero. Show the leadership. Go to that village if you have to be a leader of this struggle. Not the Maryland people who hijack the struggle and then all they do is take money again from the people to go cry to Oyobo for Lihoka. If Oliho can come and free the people. When Bala and Mancho BBCs did not cry to any goddamn person, not even Nigerian people, to come help. You form a government and put in Nigeria to go attend meetings. Did Bala and Fontem, when they rallied in the street in Buea and they were battered for us to see, were they doing that in Nigeria? No doubt. God is punishing us one by one for every mistake we do. The ignorance of the scripture is the ignorance of Christ. The ignorance of Christ is the ignorance of the scripture. There's no innocent before the law. You can, if you have never been taught that stealing is a crime, if you steal, whether you know or not, you will still go to jail. Whether you have never been taught or not. Don't tell me that you were not taught that if you do an accident and kill somebody, or do an accident and damage somebody's car, you are not going to pay for it because you have never been taught, or you just start driving without going to driving school. There's no ignorance in front of the law. The ignorance of Christ in the Bible, the ignorance of the scripture is the ignorance of Christ. The ignorance of Christ is the ignorance of the scriptures. Period. So why the second video? Let us go to the second video, my people. Second video, we are going. Second video, so that we can see all these things that Cameroon is doing. Second video is here. We are saying that this week, Kumba city was taken over by CPDM. How come this city has been without CPDM and this type of thing has not happened? How come the reinstallation of somebody who proved and fought so hard and went to Supreme Court Yaoundé, that he is the elected mayor, finally installed the same week, and these things are happening to prove to Cameroon that now he has a strategy to blackmail Ambas, a strategy that can make Ambas terrorists. So he sent his own militia, the government-sponsored militia, as they did in Ngarbu, as they did in Pinyin, as they did in Sandpit Buea, as they did in Belo, as they did in University of Bamenda, as they did in the University of Buea, where they battered our Pekin, our children in University of Buea. Then they did the same thing in Kumba. And they have done in all areas of Amazonia, by the way. Of course, they killed more than 30 in Bui. We saw everything. Look at the second video. Then Kumba city is under CPDM this week more than ever before. In fact, we have been thinking of what to do. The same act is taking place at the time when CPDM has taken over Kumba. I want you people to see. Watch second video. Now, you have seen the videos now. You have seen how CPDM took over Kumba over this week. If I didn't show you this, you will not believe the narratives. Why are the children being killed only in the place where CPDM have taken over in the same week? This should puzzle your mind. Don't be gullible. Don't be too quick to judge. People ask me since morning. People have been ringing me left and right. Why I have not mentioned a single thing since morning. I have learned to be very stable when things like this happen in this struggle. I called Capo Daniel. I talked to Capo Daniel. Capo Daniel told me he's going to do investigation. He opened investigation since morning. Capo Daniel has been in lines. We have credible information right now as I'm telling you. We have witnesses that have spoken. For the sake that Cameroon, when they hear what the witness say, like what happened in Dunga, they went and killed the person that gave the testimony. And that made the international community to say, look, you went and killed the person that gave testimony as usual. Not even one person, they killed two people that gave testimony in Dunga. We have people that have given us testimonies now. It is our duty to protect them. We want to protect anyone that give ADF intelligence. You are going to be protected. So only the international communities, the Amnesty International, the United States government, the state.gov, these are people that have credible information. Because they are monitoring the propaganda that Cameroon is going to bring out. As usual, they already know Cameroon of killing children even in broad daylight. They have seen when they kill in Far North. Cameroon denied that was not the one. In fact, they say it was Malian country. Until the Amnesty International, the US, and with the help of Google imaging, they brought all the results and show what are you talking about. Cameroon proved to be guilty. Some of you should not try to defend Cameroon, because Cameroon himself has failed to defend himself. Only with the help of some gullible people like this. Now, what if I say this to you? The children that are being killed are children of civilian people. No Amba person takes child to school. You can see the city full of CPDM crap. And these are people who believe now that CPDM is in control, and they send their children to school now that is being in control. The CPDM will use you and dump you. If you doubt, where is Dr. Success Nkongo today? Where is Franklin Jumbe today? Where is all the people that were there in Cameroon making noise? Where is this Benjamin of a guy? Where is Aki, Benjamin Aki? The first black leg in this struggle. Some of you don't even know him. I know, you don't even know Benjamin Aki. He was one guy based in New York in US who started suing, calling us and putting our names. I am still waiting for the court case that he said 3 years ago. I told him I'm waiting for it. Where is the Benjamin Aki who used to dress and put a tie, green, red, yellow tie? Where is he? Where are the Bishop Ejaka, Kennedy Ejaka, that went to National Dialogue? Where are Dr. Success Nkongo? Where are the Nsofoncha who are preaching for Confederate with Cameroon? They wanted to think that they will listen to them. Where are the Dr. Ngu Sanctus Nicholas who sold Seseku, the Seseku's disciple that sold him? Where are they? No, let us talk. Where are they? So this city that has been full of CPDM cohorts, they put their children to school now that CPDM has come to take over the city. That means the children can go to school. And guess what? They say, by the way, Amba leaders say school can go, as they listen to Eddie Tato and Mark Barretta. So they say they don't have any threat from Amba because schools can go, and Amba schools are already taking place. So Amba have no problem, which is a good judgment they did though. Good judgment though. But they forgot that the same CPDM they are moving with is a terrorist, is a demon, is a Satan. And they will turn around and use even the girls that service their military. They will kill it and pretend that was Amba. Just from the way they speak pidgin English, we will understand that is not Amba. They will turn around, use Nambere and kill and destroy Nambere, use Franklin Jumbe and turn and flush him. Benjamin Aki and flush you. Where are the Kawa or the Clovis Namchaganta? Where are they? I mean, where are those DDR centers that we are moving in the street and say we are now in Buea, we are in Bamenda? When ADF stormed Bamenda, why are they not coming in the street again? Church. And some of you will not understand these things. If I didn't show you the image, the videos, I'm not talking about audios. I'm tired of audios. I don't like showing audios anymore. Show you the videos for you to see that this city has been under the control of Cameroon this week. That some of us have been storming ourselves, brainstorming ourselves to see how we can bring this city back to an amber city. Oh, when Galajera stormed Kambe, and you saw when Galajera went to Kambe, and the issue of Donga Mantum will be very difficult for people to understand that the issue of Ngarbu in Donga was caused by Galajera and Cameroon. Come on, think about these people. They tried to do the same thing in Bui. They tried to slaughter children after Independence Day. Some of you, look, it's not everything that you say out in public. They tried to slaughter our children after Independence Day. How much we stood in radar. I even changed the equation. The equation we are going to give up now, 6 hours a shift in radar. 6 hours. That means that 4 shifts per station. That means that 4 shifts per station. Every day, you have more than 8 stations in radar and 6 hours maximum. 2 in the guard at the same time. That means that every time you have 8 times 2, 16 per every area where children are. 16. That means that 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16 round. Watching left and right. and then you have the squad that is ready to go. Ready to go. If the years say the thing they pass, now the squad now we don't day now the wait for that. They go just hammer them, communicate, that's it. How much this has been, how much we have to put for these things. Amazonian people, you people should commit. Commit, because there's a lot behind the scene. We cannot discuss everything in media. Cameroon wanted to finish our children after it. Look how they go kill Ayeke. What makes you to think that they don't want to finish the Hassan and the Caporals in Bui? How many battles have Caporal and Hassan stood even today? As I tell you, God Almighty, I want to thank you so much. Thank you for Bui State of Amazonia. Peace is coming back. They engage themselves in a very powerful peace mission. If Kapodane sum it out, you people are going to hear. I don't want to tell you what has gone. The civilian population, let me tell you something about last week. The ADF had to, the civilians called ADF in one of the counties in Bui State. In Bui State, there are 5 counties. I don't know why somebody will call Amazonia State as a county. These are useless people who made Amazonia to look like this, so that when they come to kill, they will say they went to one village and this. Just like people who keep saying that we are 8 million people. You are stupid. You make the enemy, the enemy has made their fake census to say we are 8 million people, to make us seem 20% of Cameroon, and you actually accept it. And Bamileke people who run away from Cameroon are claiming that they are Amber. So even all the Bamileke where they work away, they claim say na Amber. They say na 8 million people. Look, I am not going to be one of those sheepish people. Amazonian people are more than 16 million. Period. You will not hear me say 8 million people. Who did the census? Cameroon. So I want to stick to Cameroon census. Good and fine for you. That's why they can give us university when they want, because they know we learn facts. They can't teach economic geography of human and economic geography of Amazonia. That's why they prefer to go and study you the Zoro industrial region, farming in Philadelphia. That's why they want to teach you forestry and or lumbering in Sweden. They can never teach you lumbering in Akwaya. They cannot teach you timber. Lumbering is timber cutting. Lumbering in Akwaya, Boyo, they cannot teach you that. Why most of the logs that they take to Sweden come from Akwaya, from Boyo? They go to there and then they saw it, make wood, and then they will that's what they teach us. Why the biggest logs are coming from our land? They don't tell me they don't know the human and economic geography of Amber. They just decide not to do it, so your eyes and your brains cannot open. Because if they study the human and economic geography of Amber, you will be forced to study what they call the population. How they call it? The population size. They will start analyzing the population of Amber, and then you will know the ratio of the population, the ratio of the youth to adult to children. And when you do the ratio, then you will understand the population size of Amber. They don't want you to do that. They don't want you to know the population size of Amber. That's why they have never studied that to you. They have never allowed you to study that. Look at Nigeria. Cross River State and Taraba State are all Amber. Let us face facts. Look at Nigeria. Cross River State and Taraba State. In fact, in this state, there is nothing less than 40% that is Amber. How many millions of people are in these areas? I don't want to talk about Abuja and Lagos and everywhere. Look at Ghana. Go Accra. Go Tamale. All where I go see for Tamale, I go see for Accra, Greater Accra. Whether na Achimota, whether na for Accra, now how many Amber day where I don't go see for my eye? Nigeria, for Gembu, Daraba State, Cross River State, how many day there? Where they don't settle before many years ago, see 1960, where they run for being killed. Look at Beju. How many Ambas are in Beju? How many are in Germany? How many there for America? In fact, the whole of Maryland na Amber. The whole of Minnesota na Amber. California na Amber. Washington na Amber. New York Amber Day. Florida Amber Day. Amber Day for Lincoln, Nebraska. Amber Day everywhere where no. Alabama Amber Day. Person go come tell you say there are 8 million Amber. 8 million Amber Day for Ground Zero. Tell me that one me a year. This is a population of close to 20 million people. Don't never ever take statistics that was done by your enemy if you are actually against your enemy. Some of you people need to be reminded these petty things. Anything that was conducted by Cameroon is fake, is void, is null. Is null, void, and fake. Do not we must have to unlearn ourselves from anything that we study from Cameroon and relearn from the things that we now know across of this struggle. We must unthink and rethink now. Because say you know God, begin to fear God, the take narratives of your enemy, where you turn up against the same enemy. How can you be turned up against Cameroon and you take their own statistics to use up? Person go come ask you how many amber day you come say 8 million. Which 8 million? Don't have no go fire your mouth for that 8 million. So before you want finish 8 million, your mouth will turn commoner for job. We don't watch the videos. After that, they will come tell you say na amber go kill, you go agree. Which amber where they don't come? Right? No, me now my country people talk say they don't white amber and they go surprise people. And when my country people can't post this thing where they can't post them, where some people they, where una day, where some of una day, where Cameroon can't post, where my country people can't post say they don't wipe a amber from Kumba, and now they go do some kind of secret mission. Now me talk I want me gonna see this one. Now my country people talk this. Now Cameroon government official page this where it don't be verified. My country people them verified account. We have wiped out anything amber dogs in Kumba. We are still going to carry out hidden operations. One and indivisible Cameroon winning fatly. Is it not Cameroon? Is this not Cameroon? Is this not? Well, the choses à vérifier, mais question du temps. What are francophones saying about this act? We are going to go to it next. Before we go, Buea, University of Buea. Even this guy, when they call him, before when they call him, say Senator Mbela Mukicha. Yes, sir, don't buy your own finger. The Bulu people, when they there for Buea, they don't claim land for Buea until whoever on earth can fight land with students. If the future belongs to students, and students are studying so they can have jobs tomorrow to earn a living, and students want to go to use land to experiment, land to learn, the Bulu people have come to fight land from the students. In fact, I no go talk na talk. Mbela Mukichas, when a senator for CPDM, same you know you don't big pass the head. Your own mouth, same you open them, you no fit even breathe. The Bulu people, when they don't come for Buea, they don't take land so until they fight against the university students. The University of Buea campus. In fact, they don't go destroy the fiber wires. They destroyed the plantains. They destroyed the banana planted by the student for their experiments. I'm not going to talk for my mouth. I want to know and see. For everything where they talk, me, I like what they call good investigative journalism. I not like when person go just come see things, imagine, right? I like to show everything with proof. I am not one of the people that sit in meetings during my trip to Buea, during Swiss, and then because now they are against Sako, anything they put out is leak. What is leak? When you were part and parcel of when those things were planned. What is called leak? If it is leak, why other people are not leaking the same thing? Why only you? Because you were part and parcel when they planned to assassinate Dr. Cho Ayaba. You were part and parcel when they wanted to kill Tapang Aiwo. Yannick Shiko talked last time about it. And Yannick Shiko said he could not do such a thing. Because they saw he being a woman, you know, understand. He must be happy because the popular people like that too. Me too, I love him. Secondly, so when all these people are leaking out information, when they were part, when those things were planned with the blue and white army, and you are clapping hands, my people of Amazonia, I think they want to get brain. Well, les choses à vérifier, mais question de temps. Bulu people are fighting land with the University of Buea. That means even that university where you come get, now university go still need to fight to even maintain their boundary. University go still need fight today for even maintain their yard. Who on earth fight against his children's school training background? Instead of giving more land to the university, the Bulu people have come to Amba and they are fighting land. Wait till I come talk Oboso when I see them for one self. Take when I want to chop Christmas today.
I heard somebody say that students have planted crops somewhere. You cannot give what you don't have. Who asked you to trespass onto somebody's land? They have been sent out the way they came. They came illegally, they go back illegally. No law can give them blessings.
Justifying their intention and action, observers say no further explanation is needed, for it is already clear to everyone that the University of Buea versus the Belo village on this land has graduated into a conflict.
That the University of Buea and their authority must have been misled by whosoever they have chosen as their legal advisor.
With their research farms now destroyed and their optical fiber lines damaged, students of the University of Buea on their part had announced publicly that they have been hit and they will soon respond.
These are things that can spark a protest in the university. If I'm really calling on the government to say something about this urgently.
I call on the student body to stage a peaceful protest.
To Senator Mbela Charles, the time is now to step in.
You can no longer take it. The time has come for all of us to rise to the occasion and speak out.
And this is his message to the students of the University of Buea.
Let not their hearts be troubled. We and the people who matter in this community are going to stand by the side of the students. We shall not allow their future to be frustrated and endangered by a greedy lot trying to pull down the good intentions of the head of state and president of the republic.
Talking about Belo village, the Southwest Senator on the ticket of the Cameroons People's Democratic Movement, the CBDM, made a revelation.
No, it is not about Belo village. The name of Belo is merely brought in here to facilitate an illegal acquisition of space for personal enrichment, knowing that if this land is acquired, it can benefit the owners and those who want to wrongfully use it. The Belo people will not desire the amount of hatred that is illegally seized from the University of Buea.
And as an elected official, the determination is total.
This has to stop. This confusion of national activities has to be addressed. And this time, we are ready to take it to the highest level, cry out to the authorities that be, and ensure they listen. If they don't want to listen, we shall use every means at our disposal to cause the head of state to know what is happening and to see with us. It is too much.
The University of Buea, which is an identity of Buea, cannot be allowed to perish, he added.
All of Buea, the University of Buea is a symbol of pride for our community. It is a huge edifice that also carries the image of Buea as majestic as the Faku Mountain. We cannot allow it to perish through the whims and caprices of a few and greedy individuals. They have exhibited the extent to which they are gullible and how destructive, damaging, and unpatriotic they are. This must stop. It has to end.
Today on the table is the University of Buea land, but this one-time mayor of Buea says his people are subjected to pain and disregard in many spheres.
It is happening with the University of Buea. It has happened with the CDC. It has happened with our village communities where chiefs and villages are created at random and administrative authorities are waging a war against our people. We cannot stay hands folded. God did not bring us here to be conducted as slaves in our lifetime. He did not bring us here to be treated as subhumans. He did not bring us here to be molested, humiliated, abused, and denigrated, and undermined, and underrated the way in which we are being treated today.
On the legal note, the administrative bench of the Supreme Court recently ruled in favor of the University of Buea on this land. But the Belo people, through their legal advisor, is calling on the University of Buea to respect the ministerial order and stay off.
And that whosoever we shall catch on this land shall be sued personally in his individual capacity. I heard somebody say that students have planted crops somewhere.
All right.
You cannot give what you do.
Una don't see, una don't hear. When Liberation TV say want to show you something, make you come see. For Sika say tomorrow, say me you cry your eye, take and chop Christmas. They say me Mbela Mukichas, now you that. When will people they talk? When Bala come talk, now you be say me they kidnap Bala them na. Now una be the club and say me they kidnap am na. And go home people when they say na terrorists. Now Mbela Mukichas now they talk. You know, say don't the big pass head that you let me do say. Small time then go carry you go put now for prison. Look, fellow brothers and sisters, for the people of Amba, as they talk all this nya. Now so Amba, it take your own eye, it go chop your own Christmas. Land is owned by the people, and the people must control their land. There you go. The land is owned by the people. The people are controlling their land. The people say land must be controlled by the people. That the people must march in the land and make incantations as the ancestors give the land. The land is controlled by the people. They have taken back the land. Once they go and pin this stick somewhere, you cannot go there. Whether you are minister, whether you are who, they don't care. Once they put this stick into the land, you cannot take it. Because the land is for the people. The ancestors fought and give this land to the people. And this is what the ancestors were using to fight to get the land to the people. And when they put this stick somewhere, you cannot enter that land again. Whether you are working official, they don't care. If it is a school for the children, if it is a school area, university for children, and you want to fight, they will go and put this thing there, and you cannot. It's the land for the children, it's for children. Well, the people of the southern zone, as you are masterminding your tradition and culture, they will continue to do whatever they can do for you. Well,
yeah, I will call for evening. I televise something.
So the people of southern zone, as you continue to mastermind your culture and tradition, as you continue to allow La Republic to choose who is a chief, who is a phone in southern zone, in the Atlantic zone, as you continue to allow La Republic fake government to manipulate, to decide for you who is your traditional leader, well, you will continue to have mixed feeling like this. Your children's destiny will be played with. For the people of the Savannah state of Amazonia, they have not granted La Republic any authority to say who is the chief and who is the king, who is the phone. They have not granted La Republic. In fact, it is the cultural heritage. It is the throne, the heritage. It is the ancestors who determine who is the next, not even the people that are alive. They will have to go ask the ancestors. Now this speaking or not this speaking. If we do this one, so if it work, they have to consult before they believe. Culture is something which you cannot take from the people. Everyone have their own culture. The Jewish people have their culture. The Arab people have their own culture. Our own people. Wait, look at when I look at the calendars produced by the Capuchin, the friars, St. Francis friars, they say tradition and cultural almanac. What's the meaning? The church and culture goes hand in hand. As much as there's a church, every place where the church goes to have a culture that must be incorporated together. In fact, in Soland, in Bui State, whenever the church want to construct, the first place they go is the palace. When they want to construct a new church, the first place they go is a palace, not the government. Because the traditions of the Savannah states are very stronger. Before you want to build your house, even if you buy the land now with money, you must go to the look. Me, I not be person for Mancon. When I come buy land for Mancon, you know what happened? The palace came and put Nkang. They call him Senkang. Nkang na peace plan for Queen language. They call him Senkang. I know because I buy land from Queen. When I buy land from Queen, before I want put foundation for that place, so pap, the people tell me, say, who be you? I send people say me they go clear the place. Me I come put sand and begin do this my villa, my mansion for there. Nah, the palace people come say who be this guy? They say who be he? They say young rich man now who? Who be Amba Dangote? Who know you for here? Come on. Ah, you have to go to the palace and say how do I have to go to palace? I buy this land title and everything. Say get out of here. Land title now who give you land title? For that time where you understand now who give land title? You know say na government office. Say yeah shut up. What if the government office? Ancestors need their mouth to be oiled. You need to oil the mouth of the ancestors and make sure that the cup of the palace is wet. You understand when they tell you this? If you have sense, you understand. So I have to send a delegation to the palace of Mankon. They go tell me how many credit for beer. I know be no credit for beer, job for Mimbo. They tell all that kind of thing them. Now here I come tell the manager, say, okay, manager, they don't talk. Now my manager they deal with. Now my manager I go do the thing them. They go put our palace. Then the palace came and removed them, which is a peace plan. Though. They came and removed it. Then 1 thing 2 days for Mankon or Nkwen or Mankon, this place. If you get raffia na palm bush, this one, you want be house and raffia they there. For every raffia where one commutes, you must knock head for palace. You understand? This thing will learn. I want to tell you people, it's not my culture. I'm not from Nkwen Mankon. This place, Nkwen Mankon, where I come by this. So any raffia where one move, you must do traditional thing. Now the people from the palace will do something on it. You cannot just go to Mankwen and remove a raffia. You know the thing where they give palm wine. You cannot just remove or root the palm tree like that. No, but no. You still have to do something, and the palace people have to do something before you move on. The people in the Savannah state have kept their tradition very powerful. I want to thank Una plenty. That is the importance of the people. That is the significance. That is the what they call the ID, the identification of the people. That is what makes you a different and a distinct people. You don't play with your heritage. Something which your ancestors gave to you. You don't joke with it. It's your heritage. It's what makes the land to remain to your children. In other words, that is what makes and secure the land to remain to your own children. How people are understanding. In some areas, if you come and you are not from the northern area, they will not sell to you. They will not sell you the land. I have known for a long time. So hardly sell land to outsiders. And so when you want to build a house in your own village, you don't buy the land. They give it to you. Because they don't sell land for children to construct houses in the village. That is the way it is. You just bring palm wine and one kiyuf. Kiyuf is what? One kukuruku. One cup. You will bring it. And then they just go and give you the land. And put your this fig tree. Say, now so it come in for here, go in for there. I want to talk this one, make people understand. Say, when will they talk so? People for southern, for Atlantic state of Amazonia. You need to tidy up your tradition and culture. You have allowed the government to nominate who your chiefs are. During the days of the German, the days of colonialism, was it Cameroon that was fighting the Bangwa resistance? Did Cameroon fight the Bangwa resistance? In fact, the Bangwa resistance was even more of fighting against Cameroon, because Cameroon was the base of all these colonial terrorists. Cameroon was their base. When you read the Bangwa people use their sandwich poison to destroy the colonial empires. Were they fighting with the government? Why would the Bangwa people allow the government to come and put their phone? When they fought during the Germans, was Kuva Likenye put by the government? When they fought during the Germans, Chief Asonganye put by the government? Why would the people today allow the useless government to come and control the palace of Asonganye? The Bakweri people fought so hard. The Bangwa people fought so hard. We know all these things in the history, in the real raw history of Amazonia. You have desecrated our tradition and culture, and that's why they are shitting in your mouth every day. Mbela Mokichas, who sold almost half of Buea to the enemy, is crying today. Is it not the same Mbela Mokichas who was a mayor for CPDM of Buea and he's crying? Is it not under him when all these people were acquiring territory and land in Buea? He himself, how many hectares he owned? He is crying now, and I see very soon he will cry in Konegi for the same system he supported. I hear somebody saying that senators in Cameroon are voted. What a joke. They vote senators in Cameroon? You can even say they vote parliamentarians and councillors. I can even understand. Even parliamentarians and councillors that are being voted. Somebody say here that they vote senators in Cameroon. So they have senatorial elections. Kingdom of Saul. We go just take this thing now with AK. I swear to God. We go do them like David versus Goliath. David in the Bible. We go take correct the head of these people when the head no day. We go open that head, put sense inside. Empty head. We go put something inside. Say in Cameroon, the senators are elected. Have you ever elected a senator in Cameroon? Even these senators, where you come see this use, how did they do it? Me, where I don't work for election for polling station as a scrutiny. I can tell you what Cameroon do in a polling station. All the real result, they will take it like this from your hand. If they want to give you 2,000 and you don't take, they will take the result and throw it in front of you. They have prepared their result. I worked in Gombrin polling station in 2004 presidential election. Mr. Francis, a fake university lecturer of veterinary, that guy that has scars everywhere around him, he liked to wear that garden egg in his head, Kabila head. A lecturer in that veterinary university in Jakiri. The guy with a lot of nyam around him took my result from Upper Trekwa. All the result from Upper Trekwa. Throw it and they feed their CPDM thing there. It was in front of me. Since the morning 2000, that was a fair for me. I know all these things. I worked for the police station in 2004. I stayed in Gombrin police station. Chief of the police station. I gathered all the results from, because I have transportation means. I had a car. Gathered all the results that was provided for me by the election of safety. Gather all the results, bring it to Jakiri, and they throw it in front of me. What are you talking about? What are you talking about that you know about Cameroon? When some of us are talking like this, he was appointed, Mela Mukichas was appointed as a senator. Appointment. Maybe when he was a mayor, he was voted in a CPDM side vote. When some of us are bitter about this Anglophones Amazonia struggle, we have been there. Look, I don't think it's a coincidence that I studied in Amazonia, I studied in Douala, I studied in Yaoundé. In 2010, I went to Marwa. I don't think this is a coincidence. These things were meant to make us, to prepare us and fortify us for a wonderful journey that we did not know. God give us everything for our solution. In 2008, 2009 academic year, I went to Douala, where I had my advanced level in Atlantic Bilingual College, Bonabere. After that, I wanted to go to University of Buea. I wanted to study accounting. But it happens that people did not know how much accountant was. So I went to, because of unemployment problems in Cameroun, La République, say, well, you already in Douala now, you are trying to learn French, it's good you go to Yaoundé. So I left Douala, I went to Yaoundé. I stayed in Yaoundé for more than 4 years. That's where I learned how to cut my teeth I cut in French. So, because in Yaoundé, 90% of lecturers do it only in French. There were semesters when everything is French. And then you will have some good lecturers like Dr. Moafo, who will teach in French and then translate and give us translated copies. You have the geology professors like Bekwa Etienne, who come and all he can say is, les roches terrestres, nous avons les roches sédimentaires. Les roches ignées, si vous ne comprenez pas ce que je dis, sautez-vous. That's how he gives lectures. We went through a lot. We saw it. We wrote our exams and they gave us 0. We wrote some of our exam and there was not even 0. They just put a dash. Somebody has taken your marks. They come to us, you don't buy a pamphlet, even if you score 100, they give you 0. You have to buy the book for 5,000. Some 10 pages book, pamphlets. You have to buy it for 20,000. If not, they give you 0 in the test. What are you talking about? What have you seen about Cameroon? When some of us decided to write the Ekona of Marwa in 2010, when cholera has killed 4,000 people across Cameroon and majority in Marwa. When cholera killed 4,000 people in Cameroon, where 90% were killed in far north, Garwa, Marwa, and Gaundere. Some of us still, by the nature of hustle to succeed in life, we wrote Ekona of Marwa, passed, and we went to Marwa. Do you know how it takes to, with this useless 1960 train, where they move head for train, you the year pooh. Have you ever traveled in Cameroon type of train from, you leave from Yaoundé, right? You go for Balabo, you go for Tête de l'Elephant, you go for all these places I know because I traveled in this. Have you ever traveled in Cameroon this useless Balori 1960 train? Have you? Every time they go stop, move head for train. Every time they go stop, move head for train. Every time they go stop, move head for train. Pooh! Then they go, boom. Then they go, pooh, pooh, pooh. Have you ever traveled? Sometimes you feel the thing is even falling down. Some of you who have not so far in this Cameroon, you cannot know why some of us are standing and saying that enough is enough. Because for me, I believe that all Amazonians who want to succeed must go through this suffering. If not, that's why a bunch of people don't succeed. Because look, in Cameroon, with us Anglophone people, you want to succeed, you know what succeed because me where I do this thing them after I just command me run around. I say that I be warrior, I get power. I say I be man. I go jam up. Make I live 17 inches. I not go use 17 inches. I go jam up. I come use the energy which I come achieve. Nah. Now here I don't go economal, I go right. My name come out a B. They wanted some people where my name be the number 6. Number 6, that's what my name day for list. Number 6. Not be alphabetical letter because my name start now with V. My name na V. My name na V. What you are going to say for Anglo-Saxon Education Board, it not exist. Have you ever heard anything called Science de la vie et la terre? Science de la vie et la terre. It's like geology and biology mix. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? It's a subject like this. Science de la vie et de la terre. It doesn't even exist in the Anglo-Saxon education system. But I got no choice. I had to write to become a teacher for Science de la vie et de la terre. Now tell me, where was I going to be teaching? So they were going to put me somewhere to be teaching in French, right? Yeah. Then you understand the type of formation? Well, I still wrote it. Exam was set in French as usual. Well, we have to translate in our minds and write in English. I was still number 6 because anything that concerned that domain of biology and life and geology, you can't beat me with that. I still came number 6 all over the national territory. Just to come, my name did not appear in the La Liste Definitive. I come to ask, where is my name in the definitive list? They tell me to go and ask young Famdongo, the minister. They know that I cannot see minister. They say, go and ask the minister. Ha! This is the response. Et puis quoi, non? They respond. Allez voir le ministre parce que c'est le ministre qui signe la liste définitive. Il dit, mais monsieur, j'ai eu tout. J'ai fait l'oral. Je suis allé à Marwa. J'ai dormi même sur la terre. J'ai passé 3 jours sans avoir mangé. On a voulu même les choses. J'ai fait rentrer. J'ai détruit à partir de 50 000 pour aller et retour. On a volé mon appareil de photo. Tout ça là-bas à Marwa. Après, j'ai rendu. Je vois la liste définitive. Sans mon nom. Je demande, on me dit, allez demander ça au monsieur le ministre. J'ai femme donc. Comment je vais faire pour voir monsieur le ministre? On dit, on ne sait pas, on s'en fout, ce n'est pas notre problème. C'est le problème qui sont dans le bureau du ministre. This is how I ended up saying this Cameroon is wicked or useless. Put my name in Google, you're going to see me in University of Marwa. Go to look University of Marwa, come and compare with University of Buea. Go and look University of Marwa, come and compare with University of Bamenda. You see how wicked these people are. They have built what they call an institution in Marwa. Climatisé, with a lot of ACs. You see the SJ sitting there in the big. When you go to University of Marwa, you come and discover that what they built in Buea, and in fact, and Buea was not even built by them. Look at University of Buea or Bamenda that's built by them. It's trash. Go to Marwa and see what they built there. Some of you don't know that. Look, we know this useless Cameroon, my people, Mama and Papa them. You know, when they watch me. Look, I don't be a big boy today. Man, no, they know, but I know say for 30 years I be big boy now. Me, I can drink water now. I can try to find water to drink. Look, our picking within day 5 years, 3 years, 2 years. If you know fight time, this thing where I don't go so. You know one you are picking for go through. Now why that way I fight for this? Because my picking won't go through this thing. I go just die me. I go hang me, die and die. My picking cannot go through what you will go for Cameroon. Before I start run, go prefer for clean toilets. First of all, even if I be pass concours for be teacher, how much they go pay? They pay teacher for secondary school no above 150,000 no. Wait to 150,000 go feed do. For that time we go to ceremony. They pay some of them 80,000, 100,000, 120. Okay, they go say salary na 150. They go move pension. They go move this. They go move CRTV bills. You know say you be government teacher. They remove CRTV bills. They remove tax. You want see you go receive now 110,000. How much you need for pay house? How much you need for give money for your woman or for your this thing for your massa? How much you go need for help you are picking? You are picking to go school. School fees for picking go be maybe 100,000. How you go to pay? Imagine if I be being even principal for La Republic today. I would think I be big man. Even if you give me minister for Cameroon, I go take. I will be a loser still. Because I go end even for Koningi. This is why we are fighting like this, Mami and Papa. I've gone through Cameroon. Look, in 2010, I followed documents with one of an old man who had worked for Cameroon and went on retirement. Because in Yaoundé, everything is French. Some of us need to know how to cut our teeth like this. Whether na French, where would they talk na en cas de situation, on parle même n'importe quoi. Now you where some of our papa then come follow documents. They don't follow for more than 3 years. They know they hear them. Papa tell me say when they go for ministry, they crack na egusi. One day say I don't follow him. I go inside, I see Asambewama. They crack egusi. I dis maman, vous découtez même les pistaches? Vous sont en train de découter les pistaches et tant qu'un vieux papa, un vieux père comme ça est devant vous, vous n'avez même pas la honte? Il dit que when papa talk and say he has come, show the documents from the Ministry of Finance that they have asked him just to come and take one paper from the archives of the Ministry of Public Health. From the archives, this person have worked to save people's life. Have been working in hospitals saving people's life all his life. For more than 30 years he served. Just one paper from the archives make your pension start. You don't spend more than 1 million. 1 million in bribe. The paper still they no one give up. Finally they send you for Ministry of Finance to go get it. They are cracking a goosey. Me I turn up so I say, that means papa they talk my true Ha! I say they. Qui parle même de Bamenda quoi, moi-même je ne sais pas. Ma copine, si toi-même tu sais, il faut laisser. Then they get small stick for their hands up. Now they crack a good so. They do them. Now so they do. I say wonderful. Huh? I turn up there. I say, we don't know the kind anger we me at the gates. The kind anger where the gates. The kind anger where the gates. Now you say, je dis l'ami, vous n'avez même pas la honte que le père, le vieux est ici. Et il me dit, ça fait déjà 3 ans, il vient ici. Vous sont en train de décoter les pistaches devant le vieux père qui vient pour faire la demande d'un dossier. Merde, l'ami, ça c'est quelle honte. Ça c'est quel pays même. I want to okay. Now for they put me so. They put me so. They say, regarde ceci là. Bamenda. They talk for me so. Mouf. And that table so bam. I say, vous allez voir aujourd'hui là. Si you meurs ici aujourd'hui. Then some man come on now for inside office. Some office there for inside where nobody knows say office there. Now the chef of the office now, they call him say chef de bureau. chef of poste. T'es comment là? Eh, non, il y a quoi? Il dit que, mais, vous voyez le vieux, il vient ici, ça fait déjà 3 ans. Il a déjà dépensé beaucoup d'argent. Il est de retraite. Pour demander un dossier, ils viennent ici et les femmes, s'ils sont en train de décoter les pistaches, et ils parlent, ils n'écoutent même pas. Non, regarde-moi, même si je suis un élève, peut-être c'est papa, c'est père ici, pouvait avoir l'argent là pour payer même les pensions pour les enfants. Mais ça fait déjà 3 ans. Qu'est-ce que vous dites? Papa a fait tout pour faire tous les dossiers. Seulement un dossier qui manque, et c'est ici. Papa a travaillé plus 30 ans. C'est comme ça on paye. That was when my bitterness made the chief of office to say, hey, remove the dossier. I swear to God, this thing did not take 5 minutes. I swear to God, it did not take even 5 minutes. Papa, what year did you go in retirement? I went in retirement in 2000 and this, Baba, 2001, 2002, whatever. They just go to the box of 2000 and this. Bam! Your name, first name, last name, your last name, start with this. Let's say last name start what? W. Go to W, 5, boom. Remove the document, 5 minutes, they get the document. This is what has taken 3 years and never had it. Somebody have to speak up. I call Amazonian people. Speak up against thieves. Speak up against embezzlers. Speak up against bad leaders, bad manipulators. If Eric Dato and Mark Barretta says who should resume, remind them what has happened in Kumba today. Because Cameroon will take advantage of that and kill our students. Speak up. Don't be quiet. Some of us are activists like this. We were not born activists. We are speaking up for our people. Me, I don't make them go. We don't blow. I don't see which way Cameroon day. I struggle. I strive. I speak up to myself. I took myself from La Republique, from Cameroon. I just went. Oyobo country, from one Oyobo country to another. God, He blessed me over the past 7 years. Speak up to yourself and speak up for your people. No one was born to be an activist. I don't like to be an activist. No one can walk like this in this young age and succeed and is not moving around and enjoying his life. But our people are suffering. Speak up. No one is born to be an activist. Speak up. Don't condemn these activists when you yourself, you can't do anything. If everyone is like you, ask the question, who will they be condemning? You see why people still listen to them? Because you yourself don't want to be one. You want results? I call all of you people to speak up. Please, speak up. Speak up so we can win bigly and fatly for our people. Look, I have been traveling. I fly. I have been working. I have a lot of stress in me because I haven't rested properly. Yesterday, I'm not even well. I've been sick. Bad weathers have caused me a lot of sick. And I can't even stay quiet. Our children are dying. You saw what happened in Dunga Manto. You saw what happened in Ngarbu. What happened in Santa Pinyin, in Kumba today. Why will you not be speaking up? Why will you want people who embezzle and impeach others to go free? How can you not take one example and teach people a lesson so another thief will not come? On the grounds, we have taught enablers lessons. We have taught traitors lessons. Let me see any of these girls again moving around and trying to cause confusion. Where are they? Where are the sparks today? Where are they? We've taught them lessons. We've cleaned Bamenda. Kumba, whatever Kumba has done, ADF will respond. They will respond. I want to thank the people of Bui. ADF don't do a great job. Some notorious speaking in the way they make havoc. We come discover say no be La Republique. We discover say na Amba, where some Amba people for diaspora don't manipulate them. Civilians, we want to thank you. Civilians called ADF and reported the case. Civilians did not cover Cameroon. ADF went there. What happened? Arrested them. They were arrested. No torture. Arrested. And questioned. And over the past week that they were with ADF, they received a lot of education. Community sensitization. Community mobilization. By the time ADF went and settled everything and talked in front of community, if Kapodane deemed that the video are necessary, you people are going to be very, very happy what you will see. As far as I am in the great state of Bui, what happened that we lost more than 30 Amba soldiers? I cried, my people. I make sure that never happen. I swear with all my life, I make sure that there is justice, that there is dialogue, there is negotiation to show proof. ADF will go and apprehend them and keep them alive, and not a single one is tortured, and teach them. They are in the camp, they eat together. By the time they go back to their community, ADF is the one who brought them to their communities. Gather the community and the civilian population and thank the civilian population for not calling the Republic soldiers on them, because they discovered that they are actually amber that are being manipulated by wayward Sakorians. As I tell you today, in that Ambazonia sub-county in Bui, a county that has more than 3,000 people, there is more joy than ever before after today's event. I want to thank the Supreme General of ADF in Bui, General Hassan, and the Supreme Coordinator, the wonderful job where they come to. The coordinator is behind the scenes. The wonderful job where they come to. They went to community. Today, if any of those soldiers do mistake, they go just call say, they don't do. In fact, they will not even do. They have received what they call first class Geneva Convention teachings. They received the code of conduct. They went and reinstalled them back with the code of conduct. And the code of conduct is not only limited to them. The code of conduct has also been preached to the civilians. The civilians' code of conduct of calling the ADF main command of Bui to report when they see things that they don't like. Now, routes to farms have been opened in that community. Farm routes will never be blocked again in that community. The bikes are allowed to circulate in that village to the farms. Our mothers and fathers will go to farms. Our grandfathers and grandmothers will go to farm, and the bikes, we take them to the farm and bring them back. That community has been born again. The ADF has reinstalled the new commands, and they are working together with everyone now in that community. There have been peace in that community. The community have dissociated themselves from anything Sako, and those forces have also rejected Sako. They have preferred to be in their communities, and they will not listen to anything that comes from Maryland. Hallelujah. There is more joy in Bui now than ever before. Capo Daniel, when Capo Daniel gives signature, that things can come out, which I have. But we believe in protocols in ADF. It is a specialty of the Deputy Defense Chief of Salvana, Capo Daniel, to give a go ahead of all those things during the Independence Day commemoration. As a deputy chairman, I still did not. As a deputy chairman for our National Day, meaning that all over Amazonia, I still deem it necessary that Capo Daniel must approve. One must go out. That is a nation that must succeed, must do what they call accountability, rule of the law, and what they call facts and balance and checks. Capo Daniel is his job. Because you be deputy chairman, no means say, may you not see that one way there, may you not see any defense. No. We cannot work like that. We have a caller. We want to hear from this caller. Hello, caller.
Yeah. Good evening, Major General. And it is a sad day for us.
Thank you, sir.
I want us to give a minute of silence to our kids whom they have been murdered by the La Republic regime, the blood-sucking regime of La Republic. Let's give a moment of silence for them.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. That was actually the first thing that we did during this talk show.
Thank you, sir. I want to pass some message for our people for Ground Zero and for the international community.
Sure, right on.
We know very well the international community gave a no say that La Republic is a common thing we don't always do. They start for Pinyin, you go for Bali, you go for Ngarbu, you don't come now for Kumba. So now all La Republic, he maintained that they are for kill our people, for kill our innocent youth, for kill our innocent beginners, for no good reason. And we feel remember saying one of the Jews they say they go close down all our community schools because our people don't refuse for the go attend their government schools. As they know, they see picking them become government schools, they go for private, and our community schools, they take now say, okay, they will kill our picking so that they will put the blame on us, on our fighters. But nobody knows without the fact that this act is perpetrated by La Republic, by the evil regime of La Republic, and will people come out fully for condemn this act and stand as one voice, because this act be fully perpetrated by La Republic de Cameroon. Then I want also advise our people. Sometimes when we talk something, when some person talk something, it talk for good, but people not understand. When the likes of Mark Barretta and Eric Tato, they talk for semi-school reopening, more champion for school reopening for areas the way this stays. Now because if we stand semi-school no go,
Quand on analyse cette situation, c'était quelque chose qui était savant. Parce
because
qu'il
the
faut
Republic the one use this advantage for the kill our people and then turn to give the blame game on us. No Amber fighter, no fit kill your own. No Southern Cameroonian, no fit kill your own. No, we'll never see them for any place. Even the why if Amber fighter never get this we brother will kill brother when I fellow Amber fighter he will go for kill and innocent begin them. This job be purely done by the Republic of Cameroon, and they go pay for this innocent blood way. They don't split.
Thank you so much for this wonderful talk, because you make a clear cut and an understanding that you understand what is going on. Thank you so much, sir, for these wonderful words. These are wise words. And don't stop it. Keep saying, keep talking. We have to be talking. We are all the same. We are all humans, and no one is activist alone. Thank you so much. God bless you, sir.
Yes, sir. I thank you for your job. I thank you for the job you're doing, sir. I thank you so much. And our people should, if we have to continue schooling, our people should continue to school in the community schools. In the, ATS have created so many community schools. No one should attend those blood-sucking like public schools because they got mad. Why do you think they attack a private institution? Because that's our community school. They got mad that our kids are no longer going to their like public schools, and now that's why they came and killed those kids, because those kids have seen that the education they gain from those like public schools, it doesn't help them in any way. So that is why they are attending our community school. If you that school is a community school, that is why La Republic sent its agents. And you remember there's one guy made a post before this thing happened that he had an intelligence. We have to share that post so that everyone can see on Twitter.
Yep, of course, it's a certified Twitter account of my country people. In fact, they say a lot of secret jobs will take place. He stated it clearly on the 22nd of October.
Yes, so we should go out there and let the international community know that this act is being perpetrated. And everyone knows, and like DDT always says, Menka should be very careful with her reporting this time, because this is one girl that I don't know how she reports news.
You know, like I said, the problem is that we, the Amazonian people, are too nice to the detriment of our own life. These are Bamileke people that were rescued when Cameroon, the terrorists wanted to kill them. But today, that's the way they are paying us back. The only problem is Amazonian people are too nice to their detriment.
Yeah, they know the truth, but they don't want to report the fact.
Like today, some people say we will not talk about people where they be talking in school resume now. Some people are saying we should not talk about the thief on my trip to Buea. So all these things themselves, it make us look weak. That we want to fight tomorrow like this, and tomorrow somebody will embezzle money, and you will say let us just move forward.
The thing is this, General.
Yeah.
One thing is, Mark Barretta and Eric Tato called for school resumption. they are calling for school resumption. They stated clearly where our people should school where it is safe. Parents should, and it should be. ADF has many community schools.
Yeah.
So we shouldn't fight them with the idea, because this is the idea that the La Republic military is using, that Amazonians are saying that schools should not reopen. So they tend now to say they will tend to perpetrate these crimes and try to blame it on us. So we should be wise. Sometimes some of these activists come and bring out these messages, and we turn around to fight them.
Yes.
And when we fight them, we push another agenda.
No, the reason we are saying that they should not go to school is stated clearly, because the enemy will come and kill them. You know, we don't talk without finishing the clause. Is that you send your child to school? Cameroon has already killed baby Martha, baby Abigail. Now you want the children to go to school. What about Tassan Wilfred sending his own children to school, or Mancho BBC? The problem is Cameroon government, as they killed the US pastor, the Ghanaian pastor, the Kenyan pastor, they will also kill your children, even if it is stray bullet. We always say clearly. It's not like Cameroon can say, oh, we always say the reason is we don't want you to kill our children like you have killed in Dunga. If you can come and kill children in their house, even inside their own house, don't you not see that the highest risk is taking those children even out of the house? Because if you cannot be safe in your house, where on earth again can you be safe? When people go anywhere, rain is coming, they are running to their house to take shelter. And Cameroon come and kill in their house. Don't you know think in the school what happened today in Kumba is the continuation of what we have been saying? That keep children safe. It's better to have your child in the bush than to have your child now in the school and being killed. We always say clearly, bro, you can't say that, oh, they will take advantage because we were saying that children should. We don't hate education. Is that not why our teachers went on the street? Because they want a good education for us? Think like this. Why the teachers went on the street? Exactly. So can La Republic justify that because teachers went on the school and say no school should open, that they are the one killing? Imagine this is what you just said in this clause. If Cameroon use it, then Cameroon can also say that teachers are the one that are killing it because teachers went to protest for good school. Can that be feasible?
Yeah, you know we have community schools, and this school that has been attacked is a community school. You understand?
What proof do you have that is a community school? The international community know that Cameroon has attacked a school. We have said it in this talk show. They have attacked the children in the school.
Yeah.
No justification is needed out like this. They have attacked the school, period. Children have been killed because they went to learn. Period.
Yeah.
Don't put sand in the community in a community report that is censored. You don't put too much ingredients. Children have been killed, period. They are killed. They were killed in the school, period.
Yes, and it has been their missionary. They killed in Menka-Santa. They killed in Belo. They killed in Ngarbu.
In fact, when they killed in Bamenda University, was that a community school? When they beat our children that sparked lawyers and teachers to go out on the street in the University of Buea, was University of Buea a community school? Exactly. So what justification can you have for killing children for wherever they are?
There is no justification.
Exactly. So that's why we don't need any ingredients to try to justify where they were killing them, where was what. It's just like somebody will say, oh, they went and got children, but in Cameroon control land of CDC. I mean, you don't need justification for those type of things. That, oh, the Gary process was dedicated only to CDC. Come on. You don't put that type of ingredients in the soup that is already well narrated like this in the show.
Yeah, thank you, General. Thank you, General, for that correction.
God bless you, sir. You are amazing. By the way, you are amazing.
Yes, and our people should commit. They should commit because this is the last phase.
We shall take the Dublin Declaration. As they continue to do like this, no one has monopoly of destroying people's children, you know.
Yes, and one thing I also wish to say, everybody should go under Thibault Nagi's tweet and retweet.
Oh yeah, thank you so much. And I think that after this, that's what I'm gonna do. I will show just one episode of what the Francophones have reported. I think that in the next 9 minutes I should be off from this show. It was supposed to actually be 1 hour. Thank you so much. God bless you, sir.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Thank you for these wonderful talks, because we had an educative phase which also make everybody, even myself, to learn from it. And thank you for not shying away and not feeling bad. We are just making sure that a mass of our people understand, because you know the way you think. It's like, let's say Tapang Ivo thinks very far, and people will take 2 years to understand to reach there. And so we always try to break it down to a way where people can understand right now, because if they don't understand right now, after 2 years, before they understand, somebody have already stolen my trip to Buea. Before they understand, Mark Barretta is already crying. Before they understand, a baby journalist is already asking for justice for my trip to Buea. But we want to now make communication in a way that even Papa, when we go take time for understand something, he go understand. So people not go take again opportunity for milk our people, because I will speak in very higher buhaha that takes 2 years for people to understand. So we don't want even Mark Barretta or Eric apologizing or chasing for my trip to Buea, like he is chasing for my justice for my trip to Buea. He's not yet finished. Now he has to start chasing for justice for draft. Not yet finished. Now very soon he himself will have to chase for justice for dark money that he was the chief boss. Anyhow, thank you, brother. We are keeping it real. God bless you. Okay, make I take one caller again before we go. Hello, caller. Welcome to Liberation TV. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to Liberation TV. Right on. 2 minutes.
Yeah. I'm calling from South Africa.
Wonderful.
And it's really a sad day for Ambazonians with this incident in Kumba.
Sorry, say I be remove SIM card, put them for your phone, so I not get the name. But now I understand. Oh, God, welcome. Oh, God bless you. Your mama born you well.
Thank you very much.
Right on, sir.
I just want to express my my disgust with this La République. You know, apart from all these other postings that we have all seen on the pages of my country people, who is their agent.
Yes.
The other element that is really, really painful, you know, these people are so evil. If we see the way that the local administration in Kumba quickly came out to start pointing fingers to accuse, particularly that so-called Ntondong Chamberlain, the SDO from the Main Division. How does a person like that come out to say that it is absolutely not possible that Amber boys would have come out and attacked innocent children when the surrounding population is there without doing anything? Yeah. Since when did the population actually become security men that are supposed to be defending people? And you know, the Republic has they have this strategy when they commit we look at all the incidents, Ngarbu and the rest. When they do it, they are the first to come out with a release. You see the local DO in Kumba, they came out with a quick release. The SDO came out with a quick release. These are just key pointers that they are the ones who have done this. You know, over my grandmother's grave, I cannot for 1 second, there's no way that any fighter on the ground, any Ambazonian fighter on the ground can commit this atrocity that happened in Kumba. It is just these evil people. And I think this is a wake-up call for Ambazonians. This is not a time for compromise. Because, you know, it's a war. It's a war. We are faced with an evil group of people who are ready to do anything, you know, to completely efface us. And I have always told Ambazonians, there is no way. This insistence on La République in staying in our territory is not out of love. It's out of what they're getting out from our people. They don't care. I was speaking to a friend of mine in Kumba yesterday, and this gentleman was crying. He told me, he said, my brother, do you know, in Kumba now we cannot even receive food provision because there is absolutely no road coming into Kumba. All the roads are completely damaged. Kumba is actually like an enclave now. Now, these are places, I mean, anybody who lived in Kumba in the days gone by, you know the economic potential of this this city. Yes. These people have come in, they have destroyed. If you look at the only symbols that these people have within Ambazonia, is this their security men who are called DOs, SDOs and DOs? and then the gendarmerie, barracks, and the military. That's all what they have present in Amazonia. What else do they have there? And this shows that their strategy and their objective is to militarize and subdue our people.
Exactly.
I was listening yesterday to a protest from the senator of Buea over a challenge that the University of Buea has with the Belo with the Belo community over land. Who are those perpetrating all of those things? Is all of these Laretipi people who come as DOs and all these administrators around the community, around in our territory, and they are confiscating and go to Victoria and see what is happening in Victoria. Literally all the land is being taken over by Francophones. You know, Betis, Bulus, and so on. They are literally taking over all the land. You go to the area of Sonara and so on. These people, through the conniving of the local administrators and so on, they are literally taking over all the land. So, I mean, this killing, this massacre of these children, all this logic of whether going to school or not going to school, I don't know. I mean, we should not even tolerate any of those things because this is a clear action from the military. This is action from the La Republic. It is them who have done it because these people are bent on doing the worst, and let us prepare for the worst. Let us prepare for the worst because they've lost the war on the field. They have tried for 4 years. They cannot quell down the environment. So they are doing all of these things now to create fear in the population and to raise antagonism against, you know, our fighters.
Absolutely.
And we cannot give up at this point. History is there as a clear example that these are evil people. These are totally evil people. When I heard the SDO, imagine something like that happens. They have not investigated. They have not done any fact-finding to know who was responsible. The SDO comes out immediately with a release. I've been talking to people all night from when this incident happened. And everybody is telling me clearly that on the ground, there in Ground Zero, that no, this thing is done by government. Because the speed with which they came out with the proclamations and announcements and all of that, you know, it was a clear sign of the guilt. Because how can an incident happen and an SGO who doesn't know what, I mean, you just come out and then you declare that every member living in that neighborhood where the school is located should be arrested. I have never heard of such a thing before. So Amazonians, this is the time for us to rise up. This issue of the media, I have been talking about it over and over and over. We cannot fight this battle and we neglect any side. In as much as we are raising guns and the rest, we should take over the media. All this Mimibefo and the rest, we should not tolerate them. There is nothing like objectivity in the media at this time. Right. There is nothing like that.
Right.
Well, thank you very much.
Right. Right. Thank you so much for this wonderful elaboration. I hope that is sink in everyone's head, including me. Thank you so much, Oga. Thank you. God bless you for the wonderful talk. Thank you so much, Senior. You are amazing. Thank you. And we shall soon, in one way or the other, we shall have the intervention. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Always when I don't hear. Before I want to go, make a show on a way to where I want to show on a small. What French bloggers are talking. Listen to this. Not be made to talk. These are French bloggers talking. And so if it's me, you will be like, oh no, it's not me. French bloggers. Listen to this.
Quand on analyse cette situation, c'était quelque chose qui était savamment orchestré. Parce qu'il faut faire quelque chose pour que les gens, la communauté internationale se mettent à accuser les Ambaboy et les mettre dans un registre de terroristes. Et si on les met dans un registre de terroristes, Paul Biya va obtenir l'aide militaire internationale pour les combattre. Oui, parce que Paul Biya n'a plus les moyens de combattre. Il a besoin de montrer au monde entier que ce sont des terroristes. Il a tout fait. Depuis que ce conflit a commencé, Paul Biya et compagnie, ils ont tout fait pour démontrer au monde entier que ce sont des terroristes. Le monde entier a toujours répondu non. Ce sont des gens qui ont besoin de quelque chose, dialoguer, dialoguer, dialoguer.
Il faut commettre des forfaits comme ça là pour démontrer que ce sont... Comment est-ce que vous savez que ce sont les Ambaboy qui ont attaqué ces enfants? Je vais vous rappeler que ces enfants que vous voyez là sont les familles des Ambaboy. Ce sont leurs familles. Et moi je vais vous dire, dans ce genre de guerre, si les populations ne vous supportent pas, vous n'allez pas faire long feu. Les Ambaboy sont en train de résister depuis 2017 jusqu'à aujourd'hui. Parce que les populations leur apportent le soutien. Et à chaque fois que vous avez vu les Ambaboy faire une sortie dans les villages là-bas, ils étaient acclamés par les populations. Comment est-ce que les Ambaboy vont faire pour venir se mettre les populations à dos? Les Ambaboy ne peuvent pas attaquer la population qu'ils disent défendre.
I think this is enough for you people to understand here. He say, Mommy and Papa, the one of the year, they talk say how you fit see population where na Ambazonia people. How can Amba they go kill the picking the way na their own? That's all he talk. Say na Cameroon government we want use this for gain money, for buy guns and bullets, for give for military. They want use them so for blame Amba boy to the international community. As Cameroon, we don't want to do them since 2017, but the international community not agree. Instead, the international community they sanction Cameroon and sanction them instead. So they want to do everything to paint Amba boy that they are bad, but the international community know the cause and what they are fighting for, and they know the problem, and there is a clear distinction of the Ambazonia problem. And that the international community has never listened to Cameroon. So Cameroon is doing everything possible for that to happen. But the question is that during the Independence Day, they saw the Amba people, the Amba boy with their civilian population. They saw the Amba boy with their children. How can Amba boy now go and kill their own children, kill their own population? Now the Francophone, then they talk this one. My people, I think we're gonna plenty for today. We don't finish this immersion for today. When I go for Capo Daniel, when I go listen, Capo Daniel is their life. I know say we wanna be ADA people, we not care whether are they live now or not. This thing, now how many people they watch? Come tomorrow, you go see it thousands of viewers, thousands, because AGOC people are people who understand their schedule. Some of them watch videos in the weekend, and so when somebody come and announce that an AGOC activist is live, you are an idiot, because you don't understand how AGOCs function, how Mandela's function, how Vanguard function. We don't announce like this. If I have to announce, I know Capodan is live. We know that he's live. We are going to finish from here, we watch, or we watch here, we come here. Some people are watching Capo Daniel after they will come here. Some people are watching this one now after they go to Capo Daniel. After Tapang Ivo was live, some people went and listened to Tapang Ivo. ABN TV was live. If you know yet Tapang Ivo, after this, go listen to ABN TV. That is how AGOVs, Mandela's and Vanguard function. When I see crooked people come here, now Cameroon people, they go come announce this one day live. In fact, for before they be ever come announce a person they life with person not even their life. They go come for your talk show, the one destroy, they say Eric Tato day life or Sako day life. Now lie, with person not even their life. Or they say ABC or day life or the SCBC day life. When nothing, not their life. Make people run go there before they go be disappointed. Then they come back. Then some people go there and they think that they have a problem in their connection. I want to let you people know that when somebody comes under somebody's talk show and announce another talk show, is a devil, it's a demon, because all these things are meant for Amba. Our people know their DDC, the Deputy Defense Chair. Our people know Tapa. They know just like DDC. He know me. If I catch anyone go announce for Tapa for DDC say a day life, you are a terrorist. You are a disgrace. You are a devil. If I hear a person go talk say for another talk show, or let's say look at say a day life, you want to destroy that talk show. You are an evil person. Monsters act like that. And some of you that have been acting like that without knowing, be careful. We are people who are responsible. AGOCs, Mandela's, ADF people are responsible people. They manage their time wisely. Don't you know see they stand and watch me talk for 5 hours? Don't you know see they watch 5 hours, all 5 hours video? Don't you know see? Go and check Liberation TV for your records. We don't pay for adverts. We don't pay for viewers. Our people have their time and they fix their time wisely. I thank una plenty. God bless una. I thank una plenty. God bless una when una day here. You are wonderful, you are amazing, you are lovely. We continue to stand with our people for better and for worse. My fellow brothers and sisters, we make a silent prayer for all the children that have gone in Amazonia, starting from baby Abigail, baby Mata, the Donga Mantu massacre, Santa Pinyin, University of Bamenda, the brutalization of University of Buea, Belo, Santa Pinyin, Sandpit Buea. Now we are talking about Kumba. Well, we thank God that their blood will never go for free. We thank God that their blood will never go for free as long as we are until the last man standing. Until the last man standing. And they never born dog where go fiki or amber because they go come kill for America, they go kill Canada, they go kill for Niger, they go kill for South Africa, then go kill for Asia, then go kill for Europe, they never born dog where go finish all of us. So till the last man standing means that infinity. So we take this moment, we pray for our children that La Republic is killing. Let us take this moment and pray. Everyone, the last share
this
button.
fool Donald Trump called it a hoax.
Everyone, you are doing the last share button.
Hey! For he has done so very much for me. Nara, 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 hey. Nara,
Pray for what? Pray for those that are born. Pray. With their blood never go for free. Pray that we stand this Pentecost. Know why we are standing. Why we are here, so we may not forget. God bless you all. Goodbye.
what shall I render?